Hey friends and foodies, welcome back to another episode of Josh's Kitchen. Today we're making homemade Pop Tarts. And I'm sure we all love Pop Tarts, but they're loaded with sugar and preservatives. No offense, Pop Tarts, if you're watching this. But today we're making our own homemade with our own puff pastry dough and our filling. Alright, so first we're going to start with making our puff pastry in our food processor. We have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 sticks of unsalted butter, 2 teaspoons of salt, 4 teaspoons of sugar. Okay, so we have all our dry ingredients in the food processor, and we're just going to cube our butter right now. Alright, I cubed all of our butter. Now we're going to add it to our food processor. And we're going to put it on pulse. Alright, we've been pulsing our dough for a few seconds, and we're going to turn it on and add some half a cup of cold water in. Alright, I put some saran wrap down on our surface, sprinkled some flour so it doesn't stick, and we're just going to dump our dough into the saran wrap. I kneaded it until it was in a ball. We're going to wrap it up and put it in the fridge to chill. Now onto our filling. We have 16 ounces of strawberries. We're just going to cut the tops off, cut them in half, and cut them in half again, and just add them to our saucepan. Again, cut the top off, cut them in half, and cut them in half again. So we have our strawberries chopped up into the pan. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of lemon juice into the pan. And we're going to add 3 tablespoons of honey. Our filling has been cooking on the stove for low and slow 20 minutes. It looks nice. It got thickened up. The consistency is like jam. We're going to set that aside to cool while we work on cutting our dough into rectangle shapes for our Pop Tarts. Alright, our dough is out of the fridge. We cut it in half. We're going to make sure we roll it into a 1/4 inch thickness, and we're going to get 4 rectangles out of it for our Pop Tarts. We rolled our dough out. I know it's summer, but we still got to use our brains. Our dough is about 12 inches long, and we need 4 rectangles, so each rectangle is going to be 3 inches. We had a little bit more dough than expected, so we came out with 6 3x5 rectangles. And we're going to take our filling and put it right in the center of our Pop Tarts, and we have to leave a little room on the borders so we can put the top on. Alright, we repeated the process, our 3x5 rectangles, and we're going to take an egg wash, which is just a beaten egg, and we're going to generously put it on the sides of our Pop-Tart. And this acts like a glue so we can put the top on without it falling off. And then we're going to take our top, put it right on the bottom. Then you're going to take a fork, and you can crimp it. Alright, after crimping them, they look like this. We're going to put them in the oven for about 30 minutes. Now we're going to make our glaze. We have a half a cup of confectionery sugar in a bowl, and we're going to add a tablespoon of milk. You may have to play around with this ratio to get it the way you like it. Alright, the final step. Our Pop Tarts are out of the oven. We got our glaze, and we're going to take some and spread it nice onto the top. We have a special guest today helping us decorate, my sister Lily. All right, now you can sprinkle some sprinkles on. Shout out to my sharks. These are shark sprinkles. All right, let's try it. Wow, got so evenly. That's yours? They're still nice and warm. That filling is so fresh and flavorful and sweet. The pastry is nice and puff. It's perfect. See you next time.